Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new series on the Mustardcast channel called Choose Your Character, where we're going to create rosters for video games. Our first one is going to be Injustice 3. As usual, I'm Dijon. Amir.
Oh, I'm Amir. Sorry, I can't see who you're pointing to in particular. You just like start pointing in a direction.
Yeah, I wasn't really pointing at anything. And we have a
Okay.
guest today, Craig Robinson. Say hello, Craig.
Hello.
So we're going to be doing an Injustice 3 roster today, and I came up with some restrictions, some rules. So I'm going to do a little explaining of how I came up to these numbers. So there, 18 characters did not return from the previous roster of 31 characters in the first Injustice, and that's minus DLC and guest characters, leaving 13 returning characters to Injustice 2. There were 16 new characters added to Injustice 2's roster, again, minus DLC and guest characters, making the total 29 characters. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by first removing 14 characters from the Injustice 2 roster. We're going to add 6 returning characters from Gods Among Us. And we're going to add 12 brand new characters that have never been in the series. And then we're going to decide on the DLC characters. Restrictions. There can only be 33 main roster characters plus 1 pre-order bonus character, similar to how Darkseid was a pre-order bonus character in Injustice 2. There will be 4 DLC packs comprised of 1 hero, 1 villain, and 1 guest character. But 1 DLC will have an additional DC character instead of a guest. There must be at least 10 women in the main roster and 3 in the DLC. No previous DLC characters can be new DLC characters. But, and this I think where you were confused before we started recording, Amir, but main roster Gods Among Us characters can be DLC. Essentially, no characters that were DLC in the second or first game can be DLC in this new game. But characters that were just main roster, that were in the base roster of the first Injustice game, can be DLC characters for this third game. And
But can previous DLC characters be main roster characters?
yes.
Okay.
So, and there must be at least 1 Mortal Kombat DLC character. But some things to keep in mind, the relevance of the character, the popularity of the character, how unique they would play in comparison to other characters, and what types of characters are that we already have or that are missing. So I have a little key for like, the fact that I have blue here shows new characters in the this returning slide. Underlying characters are DLC characters. So as you can see, Adam, Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Dr. Fate, Firestorm, Robin, Starfire, Supergirl, and Swamp Thing were all new characters that were added to Injustice 2. And then a couple of them are underlined. Adam, Starfire. I didn't name a lot of them. Black Manta, Darkseid, Enchantress, and Red Hood are underlined because they were DLC character. And we're going to split it between heroes and villains. For the most part, in both games, it was an almost even split between the characters. Let me count real quick. So we're going to try to stay around an even split between heroes and villains. So first things first, we have to remove 14 characters from Injustice 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to zoom out so we can see. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to suggest one. Let's see. I'm going to suggest that we remove Enchantress.
Okay. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
How do you guys feel about removing Enchantress?
Yeah,
I
that's
have
one.
no problem with that whatsoever. The only DLC character that I own in Injustice 2 is Red Hood, and I've never gone up against an Enchantress, like ever in my entire like years of playing this game. I've never fought an Enchantress once, so I could not care less.
Yeah. She's also not popular, like at all. I mean, besides the movie, but
She's really not a popular character either in the comics or in the actual Injustice gameplay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she like immediately died off after the movie was out for like a year.
Yeah.
Again.
So Enchantress is gone. Now, you guys, who do you think should go?
I want to take off Cyborg immediately, without question. I hate Cyborg in Injustice so much. I've only played as him a few times, but every single time I play against Cyborg, I want to break my controller. I want Cyborg gone.
So me and Craig talked about this before. I also agree. I think Cyborg can be removed. And I think that Blue Beetle can take up the the space that Cyborg was left behind. So what do
I
you
don't know. I mean, personally, I think that Cyborg being in like the main Justice League kind of overrules like I feel like he's probably gonna always be in an Injustice game.
Yeah, and that's
like no matter what. So
that's the thing for me too. I feel like he might. I feel like he might still be in it, but this
yeah,
is
because he's like he brings recognition. He's like a really smart. There's not too many as in like different people in the Justice League in the first place, because most of them are white. So I really think that he probably would never go. But if they would change his moveset, that'd be great. Because he's just boring to play.
Yeah, this is our roster, so we can make him go away.
Yeah.
Thank God,
Well,
the nightmares can finally end.
All right, well, it's 2-1, so get him off there.
So that's 2 characters. I should probably keep a counter of the characters that are being removed. That's 2. Who else can go? I think.
Are the ones that are in blue or ones that can
They're
be
the new
removed or
characters.
ones?
Yeah, the blue ones are new characters that were added to the
Okay.
roster.
Can we remove those?
No, we have to choose who to remove. We like some of them. I think maybe I'll give some pushback. I think we could remove Adam.
I think
You're
we
not
can
getting any
move,
pushback from me.
Yeah, you're not gonna get any pushback from me either. But
I don't know why you thought you were gonna get pushback.
I don't know.
yeah. I feel like some of these would already be deleted in the first place, like Starfire.
So how do you feel about
And-
stuff?
Starfire can go.
Okay.
Starfire can go personally, yeah.
Yeah.
Starfire is gone.
Now I know I'm gonna get pushback for this. Take Bane out.
No.
Really? Oh, okay. I got immediate pushback. I hate Bane in Injustice so much. Bane is almost as bad as Solomon Grundy was in Injustice 1. Bane in Injustice 1 was not as bad as he was in Injustice 2. If he grabs you one time, your health bar is like halfway gone. Like he takes no skill to play. It's I don't like Bane. I do not like Bane at all.
You're definitely gonna get pushback about that Solomon Grundy comment from Craig. Craig loves Solomon Grundy.
That's my favorite.
Man,
character.
okay.
That was
I hate
actually my
Solomon
favorite. That was actually my favorite character in Injustice
Yeah.
1. Not because of particularly his move style, even though I did love his animations. Like, it was hilarious. He just like he basically treated a human like a basketball when he grabbed him.
Yeah.
But I just love the character Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, but I
personally.
think that Bane.
That's fair.
I think Bane should stay. I mean, he's Bane. Come on now. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't know. Batman has how much Batman representation on the side of the villains does he have? He has Joker,
Scarecrow
and Harley Quinn, and I could honestly see I could go either way personally. I'm not opposed to it.
I don't see Bane being removed because he's
That's the whole Cyborg thing.
he's
right?
also but I feel like he is when you think of the grappler in Injustice, you think of Bane. And I feel like we need a grappler. And just because you don't, first off, I have to actually put this into it. Don't bring how you feel about fighting against a character into it. That's not what it's about. It doesn't matter if you hate fighting against the character. That shouldn't incorporate into whether you remove the character or not.
Well, if that's the case, you might as well bring Cyborg back, because that's my primary feeling for taking out Cyborg, is because I just don't like how he plays.
I think
and
he just doesn't need to be in the game anymore.
I don't
That's
know,
fair.
man. He's literally the main Justice League. I mean, that's kind of hard to
We
say.
can choose that.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't add anything to the Injustice 2 story like whatsoever.
No.
Oh yeah, well, half
He
of it
hardly added anything
didn't.
to the first story. He was literally just a human teleporter between the two worlds. That
Well,
was
that's
pretty
kind
much
of
it.
what he is in the comics too, though.
That's true. That is true. That is completely true. He's just kind of a human teleporter.
I'm gonna suggest Scarecrow.
Yes, yeah, you can get rid of him. I don't really.
No, I'm gonna agree with this only because I hate how he plays, but I'm fully agreeing with that.
Yeah. Well, I just
He's
think
in,
as a
like-
character, he's not important enough to the cast, like to the rest of the cast. So we're talking to like high level villains and superheroes, and he's like not even a main. He's like not even like top 3 Batman villains. So, yeah, that can go.
I just hate every time I play a Red Hood multiverse, he's like 7 of the villains in each Red Hood multiverse, and I don't know why they keep using him as a recurring character in the Red Hood multiverses instead of someone like Joker. Like, why does he show up more than Joker does?
Yeah. So, trying to think, because we have to remove a lot of characters, and
Ooh.
so who else we think?
I'm thinking Atrocitus.
Yeah, I was thinking
Because
Atrocitus.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking Atrocitus, and my thought on that was because they usually like to bring in a new Lantern villain every single time, and we'll get more into that when we start adding people. But I have a very good suggestion for a villain who's a Lantern to add in. So I think, yeah, he could probably go. And he didn't really do anything in the story of the game, and he was all right, I guess.
How do you feel about Brainiac?
He was the main villain for the second story.
He can
So
get
I think
taken
he's
out.
gonna be, yeah. If I thought he was gonna be back, yeah, yeah, I'd say he could get taken out.
For being the main villain of the story, he really didn't do much
Yeah.
up
He
until
was
like the
kinda-
very end of the game.
yeah, it was more like because I recently replayed it, not because of this, but just in general. And it really seemed like more of a thing with Supergirl and Superman, and then a Batman, like a triangle feud between those two. That's kind of what the story was. And then at the end, it was Brainiac.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think Captain Cold could go. I really do. Like Captain Cold is doing absolutely nothing for nobody.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Captain Cold can go.
I also have a similar reason to that for your whole Green Lantern Atrocitus thing. So we can talk about that later. So Captain Cold gone.
I'm gonna say Robin can go, but with the caveat that because Damien's leaving, I want to see Tim come back because there's always a Robin in this game.
Yeah. So my thought process is that Robin goes and Nightwing comes back.
Yeah, I could be down for that.
Yeah.
And he could
But
literally have a Tim skin because Nightwing switches this between the bow staff and the Eskrima. So Rob's gone. That
how do you
leaves
guys feel? How do you guys feel about Firestorm?
Firestorm can go. Firestorm can go.
I'm thinking Firestorm can go too.
Yeah.
It's 10.
So I was just because like I kind of picture it as what they do for like the storylines of games, and I kind of feel like half the characters in that game really weren't even in like the storyline for like more than
Yeah, the thing is, because it's a fighting game, yeah, it has a story and people enjoy the story. I'm one of those people, but we also have to, it's a fighting game. So not every
I
character
really don't enjoy the story. I just enjoy the multiplayer because
not every character needs to be important to the story to be a part of the roster.
right. Yeah, sure.
I want to say
Go ahead.
How many more characters do we have to get rid of?
4.
4?
can we check out Supergirl?
That's what
Yeah,
I was
I'm down for
thinking.
that.
Because I feel like Supergirl really can just be replaced by Superman. Like making them have like super different movesets like they did in the game really wasn't necessary. And then at that point, if you're not going to make them have super big, like super massive, like differences in their like or in their playstyle, which you didn't need to do in the first place, then what's the point in just having them be two completely different characters when you can just make one a premier skin for the other character?
Here's the thing though. When it comes to when Craig was talking about story mode, when it comes to the inclusion of characters, I think the story doesn't matter. But when it comes to the exclusion of characters, we have to think about the story. And I think Supergirl is going to be a part of the story in the third game when they make it. So I feel
But
like
then my
So
question is, why
then-
not just make her a premier skin for Superman? Because Reverse Flash was also a part of the story
the
in
difference,
Injustice. They made him a premier skin.
yeah, the difference between them is that they have different body types.
Yeah, I would have said. Well, I mean, it could be like no, that'd be stupid. I don't know. But on that same thought, though, I think somebody who could be deleted, I could get pushed back for this, but he literally has no part in the story whatsoever, which would be Red Hood. And if you guys are talking about a Nightwing coming back, I think that would make sense for Robin and Red Hood to just have skins.
No, I disagree there. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm gonna push back on that just because Red Hood is my primary main for Injustice 2. That's the main reason I'm pushing back. But
he also was a popular character that people had been wanting in the game forever, and people would be so mad if he was removed after just finally getting added. And also, he is like nothing like Nightwing or Robin. He uses guns and everything.
yeah, I was gonna say his playstyle is very different from every other Bat Family member in this game.
Yeah.
Honestly, from most other characters in the game. Like, I think the only character he could really be compared to is Deadshot. But like, even Deadshot has a much more zoning style playstyle than Red Hood does.
Yeah, much like how we aren't getting rid of most of the main Justice League characters, Red Hood is a character that, in terms of popularity, he's not going anywhere. People aren't going
All
to
right. So then, what about Deadshot?
I'm thinking
Deadshot can go.
yes, I'm thinking Deadshot can go.
Deadshot can definitely go.
So I'm gonna just do some counting real quick to make sure that my numbers are correct. Okay, my numbers are correct. I just have to make sure. I'm definitely gonna cut them out. So, all right,
Okay, so
roster. So yeah,
it's
three more characters left, and
okay.
I'm thinking Black Adam can get.
I'm gonna push you back on. I'm gonna push back on that one just
And
because
I know Craig's gonna agree with me on this, and the reason I think Black Adam can go is so that he can be replaced with Shazam, and Black Adam could just be a skin.
Okay, I can
So-
accept that then. I can accept that then.
Yeah, I would accept it along those lines, but when we think about the story, also Shazam hasn't died yet, and I think it's more likely for him to come back than Shazam is, because Shazam is actually dead in the storyline.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be the reverse. I think Black Adam would probably stay, and then they have a Shazam skin.
Didn't they do that for Injustice? I could have sworn he's in Injustice 2 as a premiere.
They most definitely could have. I don't remember though.
But for the sake of
I do like Shazam more than like.
for the
Black
sake of
Adam,
trimming
I do too.
for the sake of trimming the cast,
For the shake.
for the shape.
For the
Let's-
shake of trimming the cast.
I feel like we should move
I
Black
mean,
Adam.
what is Poison Ivy doing there? I mean,
No,
what is-
real quick. Before we remove any more characters, just hear me out here real quick. And I feel like you guys are both gonna agree with me. Take out either Cheetah or Catwoman because they play almost identically. The only difference is Catwoman has a whip.
But also, like, we're not removing Catwoman. So
So then
anything,
remove Cheetah.
Cheetah is gone.
Because Cheetah really didn't play that much of a role.
Well, then
in the
that means
story.
that
Also-
Wonder Woman wouldn't have any villains.
Yeah, I was gonna say also, I feel like
You can
Cheetah,
add a villain in later
I
for
feel
Wonder
like
Woman.
Cheetah should stay as a Wonder Woman villain because we have very few. And
Yeah, there's very few options for
I
Wonder
feel like they
Woman
could
villains.
easily just change her playstyle.
Yeah,
I mean,
I-
maybe, but
I
like, what
think-
would they change it to?
I mean, personally, I'd rather get rid of Catwoman than
No.
Cheetah, just because of the representation for Wonder Woman villains. I mean, because
I would
Catwoman
also
really
rather
doesn't-
get rid of Catwoman than Cheetah because Catwoman plays zero role in either game story.
and neither,
altogether.
yeah, she doesn't need to be in the game. She's like a Batman character that's like kind of like a groupie. It's like you already have like the main Batman
I'm
characters on both sides, really.
Peggy, and because Catwoman is very important to the story.
To
and
what?
also, I feel like she's on the same level.
She's not important to the story.
Hold on.
She literally does nothing
Hold
in
on.
the story of
Let me-
either game.
Let me finish. She's important to have in the game because she's Catwoman. I feel like she's on the level of Red Hood in that sense that like removing Catwoman from the game is just weird to not have Catwoman there as that Batman representation in the game.
I
But
heavily disagree
if
with
you
that.
guys say so,
I personally think it's both ways. I honestly personally believe that Red Hood and Catwoman don't really need to be there.
I-
Like it was cool that they were
I
there.
definitely don't agree with you there. I definitely don't agree.
I definitely. I mean, obviously it's my opinion, but I don't know because like neither one of them do anything for the story. Obviously, when we exclude the story and we come down to like what the characters are, Catwoman is basically like Cheetah for Batman, for the most part, which is worse
Here's the
technically.
thing, I'll accept
And
the Catwoman thing, but the Red Hood thing, like Red Hood is too
Yeah, no,
popular.
I can
Red Hood
see
is-
the Catwoman thing
Red
more
Hood
than
is
the Red
too
Hood
popular to
thing.
go away. Like you're underselling Red Hood so hard.
Especially because Catwoman has been in 2 games at this point, and Red Hood has only
Yeah.
gotten a DLC for 1.
Yeah, so removing I was gonna say Cheetah, removing Catwoman makes sense because like you said, she's been in 2 games and she's not you like you said, Cheetah is basically Catwoman. And we could just give Cheetah a Catwoman skin.
That's what
Yeah,
I was thinking.
yeah.
I was saying if you remove one, you can just give a skin that character as a skin to another character.
So are we gonna remove Black Adam?
what for Shazam? Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we can do that. That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we have one.
Although it would be weird for the story, but sure.
I mean, it's comic books. They could bring Shazam back to life.
I mean, the whole plot of Injustice 1 was Green Arrow was dead in one universe, but they brought another universe as Green Arrow in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's nothing.
I forgot about that. It's been a long time since I played.
Yeah, there's
that.
nothing saying that they just don't focus on a different universe in the next game.
Yeah.
Like they just completely end the storyline with that specific universe and go to a different one. So we have one last character. to
All
remove.
right. All right. Let's just see the whole view. Poison Ivy. Why is she on there?
You want Poison Ivy out? I could see that, but I also kind of want Gorilla Grodd out.
I was thinking Gorilla Grodd too, but I'm thinking about how many we already removed a Flash villain and we don't have.
Yeah, I was about to say because I know you guys. Well, I know Deshaun. At least I think I do. Doesn't want Zoom or Reverse Flash in the game to be like a separate character, not like as a skin. And if that's the case, then there's really no other good options for Flash villains.
I
Besides
was
Gorilla
just
Grodd?
about to suggest Captain Cold, and I completely forgot we took Captain Cold out.
We took Captain
Yeah, yeah,
I
he's
completely-
garbage. We're
Cold. I feel like we need that Flash representation.
yeah, I would. I don't know. He's not the.
Should we?
Who's the other Flash villain that's kind of there? Mirror Master. What is his name?
So I'm thinking, here's what we do: we bring back Captain Cold and replace Gorilla Grodd with Captain Cold.
I kind of think. I don't know. I like Mirror Master. I think they could probably have a game where Mirror Master exists.
Yeah, if Mirror
As like-
Master
as
is
like-
the other.
as like the not represented Flash villain, and maybe he gets more recognition and like
I also feel like Captain Cold is also like it's good to keep him there so that he could be the skin, so that he could have a Mr. Free skin.
I feel like Batman has enough villains in this game already. Like we don't
No,
really
plus
need to
he's
worry
just-
about
he's
skins
just-
for other characters. For Batman
Yeah.
characters, like I totally want to see Mirror Master. I could definitely see Mirror Master in this
But we
game.
could talk
Especially because
Also-
Mirror Master could be the teleporty character. Like,
yeah, we could talk
Yeah.
about adding Mirror Master later, but I feel like we should still keep a Flash villain. I don't think we should take 2 Flash villains away.
oh well, if that's the case, I
I feel like
am okay with leaving him there. Because I don't like Captain Cold.
so we
at
have
all.
to take away one more character. And I know you, I'm thinking, and you said Poison Ivy, but there's also Swamp Thing. And I'm trying to think like you said,
Well-
they're similar. I think they're still different, but they are similar. Which
Yeah,
plant?
you screamed from the rooftops that you didn't want Swamp Thing gone, so I didn't even bring it up.
Yeah, no, what me and Craig had an argument about is that he was saying that Swamp Thing is essentially he's not a very popular character, but I was saying that no, he's not, but he was a character that a lot of people wanted in the game, and he is important to like the DC universe, and I feel like he was a good inclusion, but I wouldn't mind taking him away. and keeping Poison Ivy. I would rather
I prefer Poison
I
Ivy
think-
gone
I
and
would
Swamp
rather-
Thing stay.
I would rather keep
Yeah,
Poison
I
Ivy.
also prefer that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think Swamp Thing is actually important to the green, and Poison Ivy is just like there.
The
You could literally make Poison Ivy a premier skin for Swamp Thing. Like it would just take like some resizing of a hitbox, but you could do that.
Again, you can't do that because then it just makes it a different character. But if you guys want Poison Ivy gone, I'll take her away. But I say that Swamp Thing goes and we keep Poison Ivy.
I say Poison Ivy
can I
goes.
ask what your reasoning why you like Poison Ivy better than you like Swamp Thing?
I just think that Poison Ivy is the more popular character, and if we're gonna remove a plant character, it should be Swamp Thing and not Poison Ivy.
Really, even if Swamp Thing is the more powerful character and probably has more to do with us that could possibly have to do with more of a storyline in the upcoming game than Poison Ivy.
And here's my pushback for that. Poison Ivy has been what is it called? Whatever of the green. She's taken Swamp Thing's position before as a what is he called? Like the something of the green.
Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Poison Ivy several times has been an avatar of the green before. I feel like we could take Swamp Thing out, kill him off, and have Poison Ivy become the new avatar of the green. If you want to do that and have the whole avatar of the green thing potentially be an important part of the story, I feel like if we could make her the avatar of the green and have Swamp Thing.
Sure, I could see that. I could honestly see that. I don't mind that. So I'm kind of, I don't know.
Who we thinking? Whatever you guys say, because I'm Team Poison Ivy.
I still vote take out Poison Ivy and keep Swamp Thing, but I have an idea for that for the story and with adding another character.
Thing that I think could become really important to the story is the relationship between Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, and we all know Harley Quinn isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I think
can
with
see
that
that
being
happening,
said, I think with that being said, and that Swamp Thing really doesn't have villains in the first place, and he's kind of just there in general, and he has nothing to deal with plot for most of the time.
Yes,
I think Poison Ivy could probably stay. I retract my opinion on removing her.
I feel like Poison Ivy can touch on several portions of the story, whereas Swamp Thing would literally only be there for one.
Yeah, because he was awkward in the story too. Now thinking back on it, like obviously he didn't add much to the story, but also like when he did, it was I felt out of place.
Yeah, he was definitely in the story just so that they can be like, okay, Swamp Thing's here, and now he's a character.
Yeah, like they didn't introduce him well, or they didn't do none of that.
Okay, so she stays and she's Avatar the Green. That's 14. So now we decide which characters return from Gods Among Us.
Oh yeah. Why the hell is Dr. Fate on here still?
Because he's Dr. Fate.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really a good character to replace him besides Zatanna.
We're gonna
Constantine.
You know what? No,
okay.
hold up. Because we're gonna add 2 new magic characters. In my opinion, I was thinking we're gonna bring back Zatanna and we're also gonna add Constantine. So maybe we can remove Dr. Fate.
Because that was my thought. Because like all the times that we had talked about this like sparingly because we wanted to add to the podcast, I thought that there was already like a common consensus that Constantine was gonna come back and like maybe Zatanna. So I'm like, at that point, what is Dr. Fate doing there?
And he died. So we could.
He did die. He died very.
We could also use that excuse. So
Yeah, that was lame.
So if we remove Dr. Fate, who do we bring back that we took away?
Who do we bring back that we took away? I'd say.
I'm gonna bring up the old rosters that we could look at. All the
I would say, please bring up the old roster because I don't even remember who we took off at this point.
Maybe Cyborg.
No. No.
I mean, I'm fine with bringing Cyborg back. I never really had a problem with him.
Bring back Black Adam.
Nah.
Why not?
Because they're the same. Look, they're basically the same. They have the same powers. I don't think they both need to be on the roster. I think it's a waste of a slot to have both.
Then don't put them both on the roster. Then just replace and just make Shazam a premier skin for
But
Black
here's the
Adam
thing,
at this
though.
point.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. We still have to remove 14 characters, and bringing back Black Adam would, I feel like, mess up.
Bring back Black Adam and taking out Dr. Fate. That would also
You know what?
sort of level out the heroes and villains because
Hold on,
there's already way less villains than there are heroes.
You're right. Let's just add back Black Adam, and what that does is actually allow us to bring back a character that isn't Shazam. So we have a extra slide. So yeah, okay, Shazam's back. I mean, Black Adam's back, and he's gonna have a Shazam scan. So now we have to bring back 6 characters from Gods Among Us.
Immediately, Deathstroke. Immediately, his absence was felt.
Yeah, I feel like we also all essentially unanimously agreed on that Nightwing would be replacing Robin.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know about replacing Robin per se, but like I want him back. I still want Red Robin on there, but I want Nightwing back for sure. Like it doesn't matter how that has to happen.
I'm just making
It's very funny.
so that this means that they're returning. Okay. So Nightwing and Deathstroke.
Yes. Deathstroke's absence was missed. I was so excited when the launch trailer for Injustice 2 came out, and then I kept waiting for every DLC, and he never came back, and I was sad. I was incredibly sad.
So I know you want Solomon Grundy back, Craig.
Yeah. But that's kind of up to you guys.
I'm thinking I kind of agree with you because I feel like a lot of people miss Solomon Grundy.
Yeah. I just like his character, and he was a cool character. Does he add anything to the story? No.
He was literally there for one joke near the end of the game with Lantern. I remember that.
You know what just dawned on me? I completely forgot why I was doing this, and now I remember why. And now I think that we should change a decision that was made earlier about bringing back Captain Cold and replacing him with Gorilla Grodd. I think we should get rid of Captain Cold, bring back Gorilla Grodd, and bring back Killer Frost.
I was just thinking that. I don't want to bring back Killer Frost. Honestly, I would rather have Captain Cold than Killer Frost just because I like Captain Cold more. But
I would rather have Killer Frost, honestly.
I'm not a big Killer Frost fan.
I don't know why we brought back Captain Cold at all, but sure.
I think that's also a good impasse for having Gorilla Grodd stay.
Yeah. I just don't like Captain Cold. Like his character is very
I love Captain Cold. He's my favorite rogue. So like that statement right there just kind of hurts a little bit, but I like
kind of.
I like Captain Cold too. I don't dislike Captain Cold. I just think I would rather have Killer Frost.
Yeah, I don't like heavily dislike Captain Cold. Just in the game, he didn't.
Also,
I don't know.
She can have a Captain Cold skin potentially.
She can have a new 52 Captain Cold skin because he actually had cold powers.
Yeah, because in terms of the game, the more interesting character to me was Killer Frost, not Captain Cold. Captain Cold.
She could also have she could have Ice Cold Junior skin and a what's his name? Mr. Freeze skin. She could just be the ice character to represent all ice characters.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot Killer Frost was even in the first game until I saw this roster and I was like, wait a second.
So that's 3.
Yeah, so did I. I completely forgot she existed.
I think Luthor should come back.
I was honestly thinking that. I was honestly like sitting here scratching my chin.
I think Doomsday should come back.
Whoa there. Now wait a minute. Okay. Let's think about this. Let's talk about this. Wait a minute.
Come on, man. You ain't gonna tell me that his character ain't dope.
Here's what I will say. If we bring back Doomsday, I think we shouldn't bring back Solomon Grundy.
Yeah,
it's got to be one or the other. It's got to be one or the other.
I mean, even though I do like Solomon Grundy more, I think Doomsday fits more of the actual game theme.
Yeah,
that's
so
fair.
I would personally, I would personally do Doomsday over Solomon Grundy, even though it hurts my soul.
So I'm thinking because he's a OG Justice League member, Martian Manhunter should come back, and he was also.
I forgot Martian Manhunter was in that game too. I forgot so much about the first game.
You guys agree with that?
I can agree with that. Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
He could be like he can kind of be like the Dr. Fate type of like, because that's kind of what he was in that game. It was like you play him far away, and then like he's got a couple of moves.
That is 6 characters.
So who's the 6 that we chose? Deathstroke, Doomsday, Killer Frost, and
I'm just glad I didn't have to fight any of you on keeping Black Canary because I was willing to literally die for that.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason
I
why
didn't-
I didn't say anything about that was just because, A, she's been in both games, I believe.
No, she
No, she
wasn't.
was just in the second one.
Oh, so in the second one, I mean, her character's whatever. She's
So-
kind of throwaway too.
That's painful to me. That's painful to me. That is literally my third favorite DC character of all time. That is painful to hear.
Painful. Oh, sorry.
I want to reiterate, if there are any other characters that came from the first Injustice game that were not a DLC character, they still have the potential to come back as a DLC character in the third game.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what
I
was
don't-
the 6 characters that we chose?
Hold up, I'm going to delete the ones that we didn't, and then there will only be the ones that we did here.
Okay, the ones. in the
So
green.
we bring back March Manhunter, Nightwing, Deathstroke, Doomsday, Killer Frost, and Lex Luthor. Now we also have to think about the balance between villains and heroes. So we removed more villains than heroes, and then we bring back more villains and heroes from the old game. So I feel like that balances out really well.
Oh, I've got a villain in mind. I'm sitting here rubbing my hands.
We're gonna add 12 new characters. First, let me do mine.
All right.
Let me see how where we sitting at. We sitting at 1.
All right, time to die on a hill.
Okay, we have to change that 12 new characters to 10 because it would have been way too many characters. All right, you guys ready for the
Absolutely.
adding new characters? So we are now on the adding new characters portion.
All right, how many characters are we allowed to add? 10.
10. So I'm trying to think if there should be a certain balance. We should try to keep it as balanced as we can. And between heroes and villains.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I already have a villain for the main roster, and then 2 like premier skins for that villain.
I have 2 villains that I'm willing to die on a hill for, and then I have 2 heroes that I'm also willing to die on the hill for.
I have 2 heroes that I'm willing to die on the hill for, but we already agreed that they would be returning heroes, so I don't really think I need to actually fight for that.
Yeah, but these ones are completely new. All
My
four of them.
villain is completely new, and I'm very excited for it.
All right, well, go ahead.
All right,
State
so
your claim.
for my villain, for my number 1 villain that I'm willing to die on a hill for, and I already know that Deshaun probably has an idea of what I'm going to say. Lady Shiva with the premier skins of Cassandra Cain, Batgirl, and Richard Dragon.
Okay. Here's the thing. We're gonna start off with considerations. We're not gonna confirm that one, but Lady Shiva is up for consideration.
She's a villain. You should probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think there's a lot of. I'm gonna push back on this a little bit
No,
because
no, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
I want to push back on this a little bit because I feel like there's a lot of fighting centric characters already in the game, and that's like her main thing, right? If I'm correct on that, Shiva is like the best fighter in DC, right?
She's second best. Richard Dragon's best. But see, now I'm going to
Okay.
push back on that and say that there's not a lot of fighting characters because there's only really Batman, Black Canary, Green Arrow. I guess you could kind of count that, but like I don't really count Green Arrow as a fighting character. And like Deathstroke and Nightwing. Plus, it is a fighting game,
Yeah.
so it makes sense to have like actual fighters in the roster.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. I don't
Yeah, I would-
necessarily agree with the way that Craig said it, but I agree that we don't need Lady Shiva. If anything,
my-
Yeah,
my
I think
push-
I think her character is probably just a little too bland. The same thing with I think she kind of falls in the problem with like Sonic Grundy, right? Where she's really good at what she does, but
what she does,
she doesn't really add anything to the story.
but what she does isn't the most visually interesting. But here's the thing. I think that I don't think we need Lady Shiva. I really don't.
Yeah, I think Batman. I think the combination of characters that do actually fight in the game, like that Black Canary, actually honestly just make up for her existence to be there.
I think that I would put and Ra's al Ghul before I would put in Lady Shiva.
I would
Yeah.
never in a million years. I'd rather see Talia than Raish.
I would put Raish. I'm putting Raish up for consideration because he's definitely one that I consider.
right.
I would
Well,
much
I
rather
have-
see Talia.
I have a very serious consideration that I'm pretty sure you guys are going to agree on, but I don't know. I guess I could hear some feedback on this.
Am I right with the first?
But, huh?
Am I right with the first letter? I put an L.
Oh, you're. I was thinking of another one. What were you going to say, Larfleeze?
Yeah, I was gonna say Larfleeze. I know you want to add Larfleeze.
Larfleeze. Yeah. That's the one I'm willing to die on the hill for. A, because they always bring in new Green Lanterns villains every single
I
game.
was considering
been there.
Larfleeze when we took out Atrocitus.
Yeah. And he is my favorite Lantern just in general. His character design is great, and he could potentially actually have serious storyline play if they decide to go that route, because he's one of the most powerful Lanterns in general, because he's literally just like a whole corpse. So I think his character would be really cool. And since how we all know that they do add in a villain Lantern, I think he is the best pick out of the ones that already haven't been picked.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You're not going to get much pushback from me on that because I was already kind of considering Larfleeze when we took out Atrocitus. You're not going to get any pushback from me on that.
All right, my second one, which I also kind of don't think I'm going to get a lot of pushback on this, or I might, but I'm going to die on the hill for this character because he's literally like the coolest thing. Amazo as a supervillain. I'm going to assume that both of you
might see some pushback from me on that.
He's like one of the first Justice League villains in general.
I see what you're saying, and I think he could be a Shang Tsung type character where he takes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So me.
You took out Larfleeze. Yeah. Oh, okay. You added him to. Okay, never mind.
So yeah. So it's like he's got synthetic absorption cells, granting powers of any metahuman with thin, close proximity, unpredictable creation, and recombination power. Yeah, he's just basically a really cool character. He was also like one of the more popular Justice League villains because he was like one of the first. And he's never been done before. Now, I will grant to you that he's probably not going to do much in terms of storyline because he's just a robot. But I think as a character, I think he'd be really cool.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel that he's definitely. I feel like he's definitely worthy of.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he has nothing to do with storyline like at all. Like unless he's like getting destroyed, basically. Like he could be like a scene where like they're all fighting him and then he just beats the crap out of them until they all show up and destroy him. But I think this character would be cool.
I'm gonna say Static. I don't know why.
I'd rather see Black Lightning personally.
Yeah, I would too. I really would much rather see Black Lightning and see Static be a premier skin.
Yeah.
Nah,
same.
Son. I feel like the other way around.
No, I want Black Lightning. Like I want more Black Lightning, especially as he becomes a more powerful character or a more popular character.
He's got his own TV show. I think that makes a lot more sense.
He's also a big character in Young Justice, and he's a big character in Batman and the Outsiders. Like he's becoming a much more popular character. I'd much rather see Black Lightning than Static.
Yeah, personally, I'd have to agree with Amir on that. Because I really don't know much about Static's character in the first place, but they seem like they have mostly similar muse sets too. So I think he could just be a skin.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I understand that, but I disagree. I disagree. I think that if we're taking it from a public perception thing, I feel like more people have been wanting Static than they wanted Black Lightning. And Static was going to be in the game. He actually was going to be in the second game, but they they decided not to add him. So
I don't know, man. I just really
Well,
think that's weird.
I feel
But
like
it's like-
that is 100% going to be in the third game, like the actual third game.
I feel like Black Lightning has more story potential too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird because like as long as I've known DC Comics, I've never heard any other person ever even mention Static other than you, Deshaun. Like I've never known about, like I got literally introduced to the character by you. And I knew Black Lightning beforehand because he was actually on the Justice League. And
Yeah, but I think that is definitely a uniquely to you experience. I feel like most people our age knew about Static before they knew about Black Lightning.
I knew about Black Lightning before I knew about Static, but I knew Static was more popular than Black Lightning at the time. But I feel like that's changing. I do feel like that's changing with the time.
I definitely feel that's changing, but you know what I also feel like is changing? That Static is going to become popular again because he's going to be getting a movie soon. And he's also coming back in the comics. He's also a character in Young Justice as well as Black Lightning. I feel like Static's definitely having to come back.
I still feel like I'd still feel like I'd rather see Black Lightning. We'll leave that up for later, right? We'll just leave that up for later.
That Static
oh, I mean, it's
in terms of ability is literally Black Lightning, but better.
Black Lightning's definitely more powerful than Static at this point in the comics.
yeah, and
Black
can't
Lightning
Black
doesn't-
Lightning fly.
One thing
Can
that
Static
Black-
fly?
yes, Static, he flies. But one thing that Black
Oh, I thought he
Lightning
levitated.
is he doesn't often use electromagnetism.
Black Lightning can use electromagnetism now. Like he got that buff that he got in Future State. He currently has that.
Yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I just like the more popular character, and the more popular character as of right this second is Black Lightning. I could see that changing, but as for now, my personal opinion, obviously, I like Black Lightning more. I just think he could probably add more to the storyline too, because he's already been part of the
Part of the
Justice League,
league.
so that would also make sense in terms of story.
Yeah.
Whereas Static, has he ever been in the Justice League or had anything to do? Like, has he?
Every character in the game
has
has been
has
adjusted.
he been?
That
Has
doesn't.
he ever been in the Teen Titans Static?
I don't think so.
No.
Because I was gonna say then I could see an argument made if he was in the Teen Titans, since how some of them are still in the game. But since how that's not the case, I would really push towards Black Lightning over Static.
Okay, got Black Lightning. So, you guys got any other suggestions?
I do. But this is already. You might as well just add him to heroes immediately. Constantine. I'm sitting here. I'm like, should we just add the characters that we like kind of confirmed that we were gonna add anyway, like before we start adding consideration characters, or what? And then like under Constantine, probably Zatanna because we agreed on Zatanna
No,
too, right?
no. If we're gonna add
No.
Constantine, we could keep Zatanna maybe for DLC.
Okay.
One character who should have been in the game, like basically the whole time, Red Tornado.
I agree there.
Okay, I can see that. I'm not gonna push back on that. I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, Red Tornado was literally a. I can't understand why he wasn't in the game already. Honestly, he's like he's one of the more popular Justice League characters. I mean, he's more popular than Cyborg.
No, he's not. No, he's
No,
not.
he's definitely not.
No, he's
He's
definitely
definitely not more popular.
That
than
was a
Cyborg.
stretch, Craig. That was a big old stretch. He's not more popular than Cyborg.
I've hardly heard anyone ever mention Red Tornado, but I hear Cyborg come up all the time in conversation.
Now, he's more popular than a lot of characters, but Cyborg is not one of them. So
Maybe.
here's one I want to put up for consideration. Katana. She's got my back.
This is Katana. She's got my back. She can cut all you in half with one sword stroke, just like mowing the lawn.
Katana, if you put Katana in the game as a hero, which I do want to see, then I want to see Ra's al Ghul as a premier skin.
Or Lady Shiva as a premier skin.
I would rather see Lady Shiva be like the hands
Also,
character
here's the
with
thing.
premier
Here's
skins
the
of
thing.
other characters.
Here's the thing. I need you to stop trying to make a woman character be a premier skin of a man character unless they are of a similar stature.
Well, if that's the case, then take. Wait, no. Then put Katana and make Ra's al Ghul a premier skin for her.
Did you not hear what I said? I need you to
You
stop.
said make a woman stop being a premier skin for a man, but that's a man being a premier skin for a woman.
No, I'm saying, I'm not talking about gender here. I'm talking about, well, technically I am, but I'm not talking about Like, I'm talking about the size difference between a woman and a man. Like, you tried to make Supergirl a premier skin of Superman. I'm saying you can't do that because they're different sizes. Like, their hitboxes.
Ra's al Ghul is not that tall, and Katana's kind of tall. Like they're not. Ra's al Ghul isn't like a towering character, and like you could make
Like I
Katana
said,
tall.
if it changes the height of a character in any way, no premier skin.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is just keep the men and the women separate, because the men characters like Shazam and Black Lightning, not Black Lightning, Shazam and what's his face,
Adam.
Black Adam. Yeah, those two.
If that's the case,
I think he's saying like that.
They're
And,
similar
like,
sizes. I'm saying stop trying to make a premier skin for a character that is literally a different shape and size than that person. If you're gonna make
A different figure, easy, a different figure.
I want like if you're gonna do a premier skin, do it like a like Black Adam, like Flash, like stuff.
I'm gonna say for the hero side though, Plastic Man.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
I agree with that too. So we need more villains. And we have Amazo up for consideration. I want to add Clayface as up for consideration.
See, I have him on my list too, but I think Amazo is probably. I at least think that Amazo would be a better character than Clayface would.
Whoa, now you're making it seem like we can't potentially have both. Let's calm down.
let's calm down now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if we're gonna go off
Who
that
you-
logic,
Who are you? Any other villains from you? Amir?
I'm thinking right now.
So while you're thinking, up for consideration again, maybe Talon.
maybe who?
The Talon.
Oh, I don't think he's known enough. I don't know. And there
You
seems
just
like there's
thought-
already a bunch of actual fighting characters, and he'd just be another one. Like if you guys
Yeah, I
are already
don't-
trying to do, what's a face, top, Shiva, whatever you guys are trying to do, because it seems like you guys are trying to add another, actual fighting character in the game. If that's the case, then I don't think the talent needs to be there,
Yeah, I don't think Talon needs to be there at all.
because he's just worse Batman.
Pretty much.
I mean,
He's literally just a mortal Batman, but like less skilled with
Yeah,
less gear.
and I would 100% rather see Ra's al Ghul than Talon.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like-
I think out of everybody on this list, including Static, I'd rather see them all before Talon.
Yeah. All right. So villains. Yeah, I honestly personally think it makes sense that Amazo's in the game. A, because he hasn't been in the game before, but also B, because he is and has been in the comics a main Justice League villain. And now obviously he's not the most powerful character. I think we can all agree on that. But in terms of like uniqueness and just character design, I think his character would actually really fit in well with the game.
so I put up for consideration Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang. Oh man, I'd rather see Captain Cold.
Honestly, I'd rather see Talon than Captain Boomerang.
Yeah. Captain Boomerang isn't a character. He's a meme.
Now wait a minute, because I like Captain Boomerang. Like I'm not saying like I don't like Captain Boomerang. I like Captain Boomerang, but I don't know about as far as like an Injustice character, how much I would actually like want to see him over other characters.
I'm gonna add Amazo.
Amazon.
Villains. Yeah, I think so. So here's my thing. I think if we put in Clayface, then we probably shouldn't put in Amazo, and I think it's the reverse too.
Oh, here's the
They're
thing, though.
basically the same
Clayface-
thing.
Clayface can't replicate powers. He can only shapeshift. So they're
Right, but if we already have Martian Manhunter, then that's kind of what Clayface.
Yeah, but
is doing.
Clayface wouldn't play like Martian Manhunter. He would be a blob that shoots blob stuff at people. Like in my brain, I don't know how to describe the way I'm imagining him fighting in my brain to you. But I'm trying to think if there's a character similar to him, and I don't think there is. And I think that's part of the strength of him being in the game is that he would be a very unique fighting game character that you don't often see. He would essentially, I can't, in my brain, I can't really describe it. I really can't. Like everything you've seen him do in the comics or in a animated show, or like,
He'd be like Metamorpho.
he would be like Metamorpho.
He would be like Metamorpho, but worse because Metamorpho.
You're absolutely right. And Metamorpho is definitely one of my options. And I would rather add Metamorpho than I would Clayface. So I'm adding.
Honestly, yeah, I would rather add Metamorpho than Clayface.
Yeah. Also, as in the consideration, I'm not gonna push hard on this one, but as a consideration, because he's also been on the Justice League, Captain Atom. If you do you both of you know who Captain Atom is?
Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah, I know who Captain Atom is.
Okay. I just want to have him on there as in consideration, not as in like a definite, because
Yeah, I think he's.
Also Beast Boy.
Yeah, Beast Boy is 100% going to be in the DLC.
Yeah, because he
'Cause I
should
feel
have been
I
in
feel like
there
we need-
before Starfire.
I feel like we need more villains.
We definitely need more villains. So adding
Yeah.
Lady Shiva wouldn't be a bad idea.
No,
You know?
I want to say. I'm trying to think if we should start bringing back other characters that we took away from other games. Like I said, I would put Rachel Gould over Lady Shiva if we're gonna add.
I would put Lady Shiva a million times over Ra's al Ghul. Especially
I would
looking
put,
at
I
the
would put Ra's al
possibilities.
Ghul over him too, only because again for the same reason where I'm going to state why I like Black Lightning over Static, is because he's more popular and a lot more people know him. And since how the whole point of the game is supposed to be like popular characters, that are fighting each other, and they because what's the extreme difference between Lady Shiva and Ra's al Ghul? Is it just fighting?
Shiva
Is that
fights
the
better.
difference?
She is a lot more of an underground, like, fighting character. In a sense, like I'm trying to think of a better way to describe this.
Because there isn't one, because there isn't a huge difference other than I feel like
I think for popularity's sake, it makes more sense.
And I think
it makes more sense because also Damian Wayne's in the game.
I think we should
so
give him some of like, you remember his boss fight in Arkham City? I think we should give him some of those like illusion abilities.
But
I
also at the
don't
same
want that.
time, I don't really want to see Ra's al Ghul in the game now, thinking about it, because Deathstroke's going to be in the game and Ra's al Ghul is just the worst Deathstroke.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
So then bring in Lady Shiva, especially with a Cassandra Cain skin.
Well, I definitely don't want to see Lady Shiva.
I would just
When
Think about the
Deathstroke's
story
in the game.
potential.
Here's
Think
the
about the
thing.
story
Here's what I would
potential. Think
say.
about the story potential.
We don't care about the story potential, okay? Look, we
Oh
don't
my
want Lady Shiva. Just stop, Amir. We're not adding Lady Shiva.
I'm fighting I'm fighting to have Lady Shiva in this game 1,000%. I'm fighting for this. I am fighting for this.
We have 7 minutes.
Okay,
We're
is
gonna
Lady
do-
Shiva even a villain?
Yes.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, so she is. Okay.
Look,
Okay.
the meeting's gonna end, and we're gonna do one more, and we're gonna finish it off with DLC. So I'm adding this. And somebody was just in my head. You made me forget with your Lady Shiva talk. God damn it!
Just take out Clayface, add in Metamorpho for a hero, and then put in Lady Shiva.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I forgot.
that's-
I forgot about Metamorpho. I wanted Metamorpho to be DLC. Because like I said, we need more villains, and it's not gonna be Lady Shiva. There are other
Add
villains.
Lady. Literally, what is the argument against Lady Shiva? What is the argument against not having?
Okay,
her in the
my
game?
argument against Lady Shiva is that she's gonna either be better version of Deathstroke or she's gonna be worse version of Deathstroke, but there's basically gonna be 2 Deathstrokes in the game when
There's
2 of them
definitely
don't need
not.
to be there.
Obviously, I wouldn't compare.
Deathstroke
I
uses
wouldn't-
weapons. That's
yeah, I
the thing.
wouldn't compare her
Deathstroke
to
uses
Deathstroke.
weapons. Shiva's straight hands.
I wouldn't compare it to.
Oh,
Deathstroke.
she's straight hands, then
I would
She's
not.
absolutely 100% just hands.
I wouldn't compare her to Deathstroke. If I were to compare it anyway, I would compare her to Black Canary. And here's what I'll give
I
you.
would too, but Black Canary has a canary cry and she
Here's what I
has
would give
other
you.
abilities that would play
I also
differently.
think that we have to take into
Hold on, hold on.
consideration that there's going to be a Mortal Kombat character, and most likely it's probably going to be like a katana.
No, it's
Uh,
Johnny Cage. But here's how you're convincing me for Lady Shiva. The only thing that's convincing me is the orphan skin. That's the only thing that convincing me. Is the Cassandra Cain skin. Because I'm thinking, but instead I'm low-key thinking that maybe, no, that can't happen. You're convincing me a little bit, okay? You're getting close.
It fills out the villains it fills out being a woman because we don't have many women
Here we
in
go.
here
Here we go.
for new characters.
We got Lady
Feminist.
Shiva. You convinced me.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
You convinced me. It was mostly the skin, and also I'm imagining how she could fight with pure hands, and that could be cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's a fighting character. It's a fighting game. That could be great.
I feel like we're dropping the ball here because there definitely are more villains that we could add that we just aren't thinking of.
Well, there's already been villains in there. That they're just not new. That's the problem. There's good villains, but
No, I'm talking about good
There might
villains
be-
that just haven't been in the game. I know there are some we just aren't thinking of hard enough.
well, I can name a few. There's Parasite. There's what was
Okay, no, wait, real quick. We could add what I'm thinking here, because I'm thinking Premier Skins too, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of pushback for this, but adding Ra's al Ghul as a DLC character, but with a Henry Ducard Premier Skin.
I don't know who the hell that is.
You don't know who Henry Ducard is? Really? As
I
big of a Batman fan as you are, you don't know who Henry Ducard is?
doubt many people do.
He's one of
Yeah.
Batman's biggest like teacher characters,
I don't know who the hell.
and then also villain characters. Like, he's a huge character in Batman's history.
Killer Croc.
Yeah, Killer Croc was up for
I could see
consideration,
Killer Croc.
but I wasn't sure about it. But
Yeah. Seems like we deleted Bane. Did we delete Bane?
no, we did
No,
not.
we didn't, unfortunately.
I feel like Killer Croc would fill a position that maybe Solomon Grundy would have filled.
Okay.
I was thinking,
So
I was
what I'm
also
going to say about
thinking-
Killer Croc is, since how Bane's already in the game, they're basically the same thing.
yeah, they would be very similar. I was thinking King Shark.
Well, they're
I could
basically
see that.
similar too.
I could see that. I,
mean-
could see King Shark.
King Shark and Killer Croc is literally the same thing.
No, one's a Killer Croc, one's a Killer Shark. There's a difference.
Oh God. Oh. Really? One's a crocodile and one's a shark. Thanks for that. I'm glad you cleared that up for me, Deshaun. Real helpful.
You're welcome.
Oh.
As if it wasn't in the names.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they already added.
Now we need
it.
one more character, and this character can be a hero.
This
This
character
character
can
can
be
be
a
a hero. Did we
Yes.
already put Beast Boy on there?
Beast Boy is going to be DLC.
Does he have to be
Okay.
DLC?
Let's just make him main roster. Fine.
I was gonna say, does he have to? Like, is that needed? Like,
Yeah, because it was either that or Captain Adam, one of the two.
No, it was not going to be Captain Adam.
Okay. Sure. I don't know why you don't.
Because me and you have
that
arguments. about-
cyborg comment kind of made him reevaluate.
Yeah. No, he's made several comments like this before that I'm just like, bruh, you tripping. And that cyborg one is just
You don't think that Red Tornado is better than Cyborg?
no one does.
I like him better. I'll give you this. I like him better, but as far as general consensus, Cyborg is far more popular and well known.
It's not even a competition. They're not even running finals.
Okay. Sure.
Point deal.
Fine. Imagine if the Penguin was in the game. That'd be hilarious.
So here's
It wouldn't be good, but it'd be funny.
yeah, so we're doing 3 DLC characters. 3 DLCs, 4 DLCs, I mean. They're gonna be how many characters per DLC? 3. So they're gonna be 3 characters per DLC pack. There's gonna be 4 DLC packs. So off top, I'm thinking that the Mortal Kombat character should be Johnny Cage. But if we want to add more women, it probably should be Katana.
Yeah, that was my comment when I said if you were trying to add Lady Shiva or whatever, that would, that'd probably be like the skin or whatever.
I won't fight you too hard on it being Katana, but like, could it be Jade? Because I like Jade better.
No, I think Katana's one. People hate Jade in Mortal Kombat 11. People don't think.
People hate Jade? Wait, what? This is
Yeah, no,
news to
people-
me.
Yeah, no, she is like a bottom tier character.
This is news to me. What? I
Definitely.
love Jade.
I think that it would definitely be between Katana and Melina if we were to maybe Sonya, but
Yeah,
I
I
would,
could see that. Oh, I could definitely see Sonya
I
playing
could see
as like
Sonya.
I would definitely say,
as a hands, and then have like Lady Shiva as like the
yeah, I
what's
would
the
say,
face?
Katana over Sonya because she's a very gadget heavy character. I feel like I would want someone who's more martial arts heavy.
Liu Kang. Oh.
Sure, I guess. I mean, I really don't care
I mean,
about
you're right.
the Mortal Kombat.
Liu Kang would be a good option. So let's do this. Let's say,
Because I remember when we had originally talked about it, we had both said either Johnny Cage or Liu Kang.
yeah, I would say between. So it depends on who else we add for the DLC. The woman character doesn't need to be the Mortal Kombat character. So we could either go.
We could add 2 Mortal Kombat characters because
could,
Injustice 2
but I
had 2
don't
Mortal
want to.
Kombat characters.
We could, but I don't want to. But we could. We could talk about that. So let's save those 2 characters for last. The last characters we're going to talk about are those 2. Let me check.
Okay.
Let me recheck to see how many guest characters I said. Okay, only 1 guest character. No,
Only 1 guest character.
Uh,
I think we said 3. I think I said 3 guest characters.
only one
Okay.
guest character, as in Mortal Kombat. Is that what we're talking about? when you
A
say
guest character as in a character that's not from DC. Mortal
So
Kombat.
like 1 guest character per DLC pack, or
Yes, and one of them would
Okay.
be the Mortal Kombat character.
okay, gotcha.
So in terms of DC characters for guest characters, I want to say Vixen. And also if we're gonna bring back a character, well, actually, let's just talk about Vixen first. I think Vixen would be a good addition, but also we have Beast Boy, and they're very similar.
Not to mention the fact that Vixen was a premier skin for Cheetah and
Yeah,
Injustice
but that
2.
wasn't a. She's not exactly just like Cheetah. I feel like if anything,
She's not. I'm agreeing with you here. She's not.
Also, Animal Man exists. So they're
if
kind of
I'm-
the
I
same.
forgot about Animal Man. Yo, I love Animal
if I was
Man. Wait
gonna
a
choose
minute.
between the 2, I would definitely say Vixen.
I'd probably say Vixen over Animal Man just for representation, but
But I would
love
say
Animal Man.
if we're gonna bring somebody back from the old game, I would want Hawkgirl to come back.
I'm a little surprised you didn't add her to the main roster or take her from the main Injustice 2 roster.
You know how I feel
Not
about
that I would fight. Not that I would fight you on that, because I would also want Hawkgirl to come back. But they haven't done Hawkman, and I kind of want to see them
we
at
don't,
least once.
we don't need Hawkman.
At least once have all the characters that are like throughout the whole entire Justice League. So they already did Hawkgirl, so
We don't need Hawkman.
it's not like she's not represented like she was, just in a different
Here's the
game.
thing, if we're gonna choose a Hawk character, one for the sake of representation and because
What are we representing? Women? Is that what it is?
yes, exactly. I think
Well, couldn't you just do the katana for that then?
Hawkgirl would be. I'm still gonna do Katana.
All right. Well then, what's the problem with that?
Also, I should
You'd still be representing the.
Hawkgirl.
I mean, because they are literally the same thing. Hawkman and Hawkgirl is literally the same thing. Only difference is that Hawkman hasn't actually been in a game yet,
Yeah,
and Hawkgirl
There's
has.
several things that I feel like go for Hawkgirl over Hawkman. Is that one, she's been in the game before, so if we're gonna add a Hawk person back, I feel like it would be extremely disrespectful for a game that is already majority men to replace a character that was already in the game before with the male version of that character. And also, I feel like because of the animated series, a lot of people our age and millennials would rather see Hawkgirl.
At the same time, though,
I
consider the
don't know how
fact
that would be disrespectful if they both own both of the characters and they're both popular. Like they're both popular. Like she is obviously the more popular one, but they're both on the Justice League. I don't see how that would really
at the same
apply.
time, consider the almost like, I want to say realistically speaking, Hawkman would probably be the more like as Injustice 3 would come out, Hawkman would probably be the more realistic choice over Hawkgirl just because Black Adam, which has Hawkman in it, is coming out around that time, the Black Adam movie.
Also, that's you assuming that Hawkwoman won't play a role at some point.
That is true. That is very true.
Because I feel like there's a very small chance they do Hawkman and not do Hawkwoman.
You got a point.
Well, if that's the case, then wouldn't he have like two villains in that movie then?
I mean,
Hulk Girl and
technically,
Hawkman.
he's the villain in that movie, and
That's what I'm saying. So like
There are several
my
levels.
point is like, but my point is they already did Hulk Girl. They already gave her the representation. They didn't do Hawkman. He's in the Justice League. He hasn't been in the
Right.
game ever.
it's not
I'm
continuous.
seeing both arguments here, and I'm really not picking a side. This is fun. I just want you guys to know that. Like, just sitting here not actually having stakes on either side is kind of fun.
But I feel like just like that's like saying that there was a black character in the first movie, so there doesn't need to be a black character in the third movie. Like that's not how that works. Like representation doesn't end because there was representation 2 games ago.
Yeah, but well, hold on a second, because you are already giving representation to a bunch of women that's already in the game. Like you are adding Katana, or you are supposedly doing that. And you guys already have a bunch of female characters in the DC game. Female characters in this game are being represented, but
I'm saying that
I also think
they're outnumbered greatly. So if we're gonna
Not
They
in this
are.
game.
I will admit that they are
in
outnumbered.
this game, are they
we're gonna-
extremely outnumbered in this game though?
yes. So if we're gonna choose between Hawkman and Hawkwoman, I think it's Hawkwoman because she was already in the game in the first game, and we need more women. I feel like the odds are for her more so than they are Hawkman. And like I said before, it would be
Wait,
weird.
scroll down, Deshaun.
The
Thank you.
Poison Ivy- I forgot we kept Cheetah. Why do we do that? Oh yeah, because Wonder Woman. But yeah, I feel like it would just make more sense for Hawkwoman.
Yeah, when we have nine female characters, and that's in total. That's returning from the old game, returning from Gods Among Us, and new characters.
All right, so what's on the actual list here? So I kind of do want to see this. What constantly returning? So Lady Shiva is on.
Yeah.
So she is going to be in the game. Okay. So Lady Shiva. Why is King Shark on there? Get him off there.
Here's the thing though, he does have legs, both literally and
Please,
Um,
please. I would literally rather see Hector Hammond in the game as the super joke Wonder Woman character than King Shark. Just put Killer Croc back on there if you're gonna do that. At least he's an actual villain. Like,
first off, I feel like King Shark has legs because of Suicide Squad and Harley Quinn show.
Wait. Consider for the idea of adding another woman on here and taking out King Shark, but adding in another brute character, not necessarily a large brute character, but another character with super strength. Why not add Mongal or whatever her name is?
you could add Big Barda.
I was about to say Big Barda. I would
I like that. I like
Big
that.
Barda. Because I was like, Big Barda would be dope, and I also kind of want Mr. Miracle.
I forgot about Big Barda. I'm not gonna lie. I really like that choice. I really like that choice.
She would be similar to Wonder Woman, but not the exact same.
Hang on, give me a sec. My mom came.
So okay, we got Big Barda instead of King Shark.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's stop. I'm gonna pause it and wait for him to come back.
No, don't stop yet.
Yeah. I understand why you don't want King Shark, but King Shark, one, he would be fun to play as.
he would. He'd be just as bad as fun as Killer Croc would because they're the same character.
No, they're not.
They
Okay?
are. They both live in water environments. They both have man-eating. They're basically just both steroided up cannibals. That's what they are.
Right. Here's the thing. You're right. But that's besides the point. I don't care.
You're right. One has a fin and the other one doesn't. That's the difference. There you go.
Okay, now I'm just gonna add Granny Goodness. No, I'm joking.
How would Granny Goodness even play? Don't wait a minute. How would she even play? Like,
she would just throw hands.
She's like Big Barda, but old.
Exactly.
okay, fair enough.
But anyway, I want Hawkgirl.
I mean,
literally
I'm
have no
you
stake
wanted
in this.
to
Y'all can
more,
add
but
whatever y'all
like,
want to.
Here's the thing.
I just think that
Either way, I think
yeah,
Let's
we
say-
both think that one of them.
let's say
should
we
be
don't
in
have
the game.
Hawkgirl. Hold up, wait. Let's just say we don't have Hawkgirl. Can we agree on Katana?
Yes. Katana
Oh,
with
yeah, I
a
can
Talia
do
al
that.
Ghul premiere skin would be cool. Because
Katana.
when you mentioned Katana, I was like, a Talia premiere skin would be
Yeah,
cool. for
because
that.
if that's the whole thing that you guys are saying and making the claim of, well, let's add more women representation into the game, then that only makes sense.
Katana.
If that's like what you guys want. I just
So Metamorpho, because he isn't, like, we didn't add Metamorpho into the main roster.
we didn't add him in the main. Oh,
All the DLC is just the,
I was
the
gonna say,
DLCs are
maybe Black Lightning should be the third DLC character, and it could just be the Outsiders or the DLC.
I was just thinking that. Like, I was literally just saying that. I was like, this is literally just turning into the Outsiders DLC pack. Like,
the DLC pack is just the Outsiders.
all right. So then who will be put in the main roster then?
I'm joking, but
If that,
I would want Black Lightning to be main roster.
yeah, I would want Black Lightning to be a main roster.
And we already have Plastic Man main roster. This is a joke character that I think could actually be really fun. Condiment King.
no.
I'm
No.
fighting you on that. There's no way.
Come on, that could be
No.
hilarious, dude.
Wait. No, it's not a joke character, but he's a very funny character. What about Booster Gold as the third?
Yes,
DLC?
he was gonna be one of the ones that I say for DLC.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see Booster Gold. Yeah. We all love Booster Gold.
We all want Booster. Because originally I was gonna say Ted Cord Blue Beetle, but I was like, we already have Jaime Blue Beetle. I was like, it wouldn't make sense. But I was
Oh,
like,
one of the-
Booster Gold.
One of the now here's the thing. This is technically a DLC. No, this is actually technically a DC character. So I don't know if this counts as a guest character, but Dr. Manhattan.
Are we talking about like Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan? Or are we talking about like actual?
I don't know any other one.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of somebody else. My bad. I'm thinking of the Spectre. I can't remember his name.
I don't necessarily know that I would want Dr. Manhattan. That'd be a little weird.
Yeah, he seems.
personally.
Yeah, he seems way too powerful. Even in the scope of any fighting game in general.
He's just kind of standing in the corner, just like one-shotting everybody without.
Yeah, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
The player presses triangle and it's
Don't
an
bring
automatic
power
game
scale.
over.
Don't bring power scale into this because you know that doesn't matter in a fighting game.
I think. Well, I think you have to in his case, since how he's literally basically
Literally
a god.
never have.
I mean, there's a complete difference between Superman, who is godlike, and Mr. Manhattan, who is basically a god who can manipulate matter. And he, like, in terms of like why would he ever be in a fighting game? I mean, that just kind of doesn't make any sense because he ends all fights like immediately.
I don't think
Like,
I mean,
that.
let's put it
that
like
wouldn't
this.
even
He's
make any
never
sense.
been in an. He's
I don't
never been in
think
an
that matters.
actual fight.
I don't think
The
that
closest thing.
matters, though. I don't think it
The
matters.
closest thing, though.
Because he's a fight, it's a fighting game character, and a lot of the characters that fight each other don't make sense. Like, it doesn't matter how OP the character is.
Deshaun, think about it this way. He's never been in a real fight. He's never been in an actual fight in anything except for the closest thing is Doomsday Clock, and he just kind of stood there, tanked everything, and then disappeared.
Yeah, that's the thing. You could be creative with it because he can literally make anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
I'm
about
gonna
that
say
one.
no.
Maybe
I'm
extreme-
gonna say no because I do think I think most of the time, I think in most cases you're correct to say that yeah, they're always gonna look weird when they're fighting against each other. Like Green Arrow should never be fighting Darkseid. Like that makes zero sense. But on the other hand, Dr. Manhattan doesn't make sense in fighting anybody. Like in general, like at least there's some good matches where it's like you have Superman versus Supergirl or whatever, and it's not like completely lopsided like some of them would be in real life, or I guess in the comics I should say. But in Dr. Manhattan's case, it's all the time. There is no character who even comes close to on either side, even attempting.
Hey, Craig, that literally, it doesn't matter. It's a fighting game. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a fighting game. They could fight whoever they want, no matter how powerful that character is in comparison. I agree more with Amir's argument than the whole he's too powerful argument. Amir's argument about him not having been in an actual fight, therefore it's hard to build a moveset for him, makes more sense to me than just the he's OP argument. Because naturally, he wouldn't be OP in the game because they have to balance him out. And you could, like, it doesn't matter how strong the character is, but the whole, it's hard to make a moveset is a much more valuable argument, in my opinion.
Sure.
You guys say no,
I mean,
then I agree. Okay. So, Aqualad. Calderon specifically.
I could see that. I just don't like Aquaman as it is in Injustice, and I don't necessarily Injustice Atlanteans leave a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know. I'm not really gonna fight you on that one.
Cause I feel like he has his what do they call water bearers that make like weapons?
Yeah.
So he can make weapons out of the water bearer. Plus he can just straight up control water.
I'm not gonna fight you on it, but I don't want to see him in the game personally.
But why? What's your reason?
I just don't like Atlanteans in Injustice. Like that's literally where it ends. Like I just don't
Just
like
because
Aquaman in the game, and I'm not
Just
gonna
because
like.
they're annoying to fight? Because I feel like that's
Yes.
not. I feel like that's not a good enough reason.
Like that. That's literally. I'm not saying my reasoning is good. I'm just saying I don't like Atlanteans in the game. That's literally. I just don't want it. Like I'm not gonna fight you on it at all. I just don't like.
I think personally, if you're gonna put in another Atlantean in there, and because she's also a woman, Mara would be a better choice because she's completely
I was
different
thinking
from
that.
actual Atlanteans in the first place.
See, this is the one.
And since how you guys keep saying that women should be represented, that would make more sense.
I was actually thinking Mira because in my mind originally, Andy Curry or
Yeah, I
from
was-
Future State popped up in my mind, but I was like, why not just add Mira instead?
Plus, they just had a movie.
Nah, I don't like her.
Huh?
I don't know. In my brain, I'm just like, nah, I don't like her.
Why don't you like Mira? Mira's
I
cool.
mean,
I mean, just in the fighting game, my brain just doesn't want her there. It just,
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't care for Aqualad in general, but I
I'd
could
rather
see
see
he could be
Mira.
he could be cool in the game, like he could, but there seems like there's already like a lot of heavy. Well, obviously it's a fighting game, but it seems like there's a lot of like actual fighting characters instead of like power characters. If you guys get what I'm saying,
No,
I mean, I
Alright,
do,
so
but I feel
people-
like in this game specifically, we added a lot of power characters over fighting characters.
I don't know. It seems like most of the characters that you, oh well, yeah, maybe.
did we?
Because we only have like Shiva and
I don't know,
Katana.
'cause
Those
you
are
got-
like the only like
you got-
fighting characters.
No, that's
Everybody
not-
else is like.
That's not true at all. Black Lightning does martial arts. So does Big Barda, because she's literally her whole
I
thing is
keep
like-
forgetting that Big Bart is there. I'm not gonna lie.
Also, you
But
guys
Black
added
Lightning's
back
way more
in
power than he is
Nightwing.
fighting.
You guys also added back in Nightwing and Deathstroke too.
But then there's
But-
also Doomsday and Killer Frost and Lex Luthor, Martian Manhunter, and Aquaman and Blue Beetle and Flash and Green Lantern and Supergirl and Man and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but there's also.
Well, Wonder Woman is really she's like
Yeah, I
a
was about to
super
say,
fighter.
Wonder
She
Woman,
don't count.
Wonder Woman, Batman, Black Canary, Green Arrow, Bane, Black Manta. Like,
Alright,
they
well,
were
we're getting off topic here anyway, so
we really are, and we need to finish this. So, Mr. Terrific.
there's Mr. Terrific.
Ooh,
There's
I like that. I didn't even think of that. I really like that choice.
Mr. Miracle. What is that his name?
Mr. Miracle,
Mr. Miracle,
Guy. Yeah,
the Mr. Pack.
the Mr.
Mr. Freeze. There we go. This last one.
Yep, that's exactly what we do. Mr. Freeze, Mr. Miracle, and Mr. Terrific, the Mr. Pack.
The Mr. Pack. I like that. I like that idea. I don't think we're actually gonna do that, but I like that idea. It's pretty funny.
I don't think we're actually gonna do it, but it is an idea. Just not a good one.
It's not a good one.
Should we bring back Sinestro, or is Law Release good enough?
I don't know. I think Sinestro is overall the better character for Green Lantern specifically. I think Larfleeze is
too.
the more powerful character in general. But in terms of representation, Larfleeze hasn't been. I guess it's the same thing as with Hawkgirl and Hawkman in terms of like they both basically do the same thing, right? And they probably will in the game for the most part. The difference is Sinestro has been in the game already, and Larfleeze hasn't been in the game already. And I would take the same stance on that. So I would side with Larfleeze, but I don't mind having both of them in the game.
So here's the thing. Let's actually do 2 Mortal Kombat characters and 2 guest characters. Well, 2 guest characters that aren't Mortal Kombat characters.
All right, let's go for the off the wall one because it's never gonna happen, but I wish it would. Ben 10.
Here's the thing about Ben 10 though. I feel like I know they're different in ways, but I feel like he's too similar to Beast Boy.
They
Damn
just give
amazing.
him massively. They just give him massively different like move sets. Like Ben 10's arsenal.
Gandalf.
I personally
I'm joking.
just say Gandalf.
I mean, with that WB fighting game coming out, you might get your wish.
You know what? You know what? If you want more martial arts characters, Neo.
Well, I wouldn't mind that, but I feel like all the guest characters in Injustice have been connected to DC in some way. Do we want to keep it that way, or do we want to like go
Let's-
as far
let's
outlandish
them-
as possible?
Let's have them specifically relate. They don't need to be specifically related to DLC, but I'm just thinking about WB characters specifically because those are the ones that they would have the easiest, getting access to.
Oh God. I know this is such a pipe dream, but and they would never in a million years do this. But you know what would be amazing
What?
if they ever did this because they've done this in the comics before, but
Yeah.
not in a very long time. Marvel characters being in a DC game.
I was thinking that when I was asking about DLC characters, immediately in my mind Marvel characters start popping up. But I feel like we're just gonna get a straight no from Deshaun on that one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. No, it's a 100% a no.
that's
But
the pipe dream. I
yeah,
want
100. We all want it. That's the thing. And it would 100% probably be Spider-Man and then whatever other character.
Spider-Man and like Iron Man or something would be like the 2 characters.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I want to say
I know both of
Grendel
you-
as a
I'm
guest
pretty sure-
character, but I
I'm
don't think
pretty
either
sure-
of you guys know who that is.
I'm pretty sure I brought this person up to both of you, and both of you disagree. But I'm gonna say it again: the White Ranger from Power Rangers.
No.
No,
You guys suck.
You like,
no.
no, you do not want a Power Ranger in Injustice.
You got Generator Rex.
That could actually be cool.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, that could be cool.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna do it. I think that has as much as a chance as Ben 10 being in
Would
there.
that
so
just be
they're from the same
Cyborg
thing.
though?
It would be cooler
honestly, I think
Cyborg.
Generator Rex would just pretty much be.
It
Cyborg.
would be cooler Cyborg though.
It
way
would be
cooler
cool.
Cyborg.
Cyborg.
I would say Samurai Jack if we didn't have Katana.
Now, hear me out. Master
Yeah,
Chief.
they're- No.
That's interesting, but no.
Deshaun started to consider it, and I got my hopes up a little
I
bit
did
because
start
I
to
saw he was
consider it.
considering it.
I
was
thought
like,
about it for a couple of seconds. I was like, that's kind of cool.
You know what you could do though, and realistically speaking, well, not realistically speaking, but what could be cool, have a Star Wars character in there, and they could do one of the most famous ones, which could be Darth Vader.
I think
That would be
because
cool.
That's connected to DC. I mean, Disney and Disney.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be cool, but I doubt that it'd work because it's not a WB. Like not even like remotely related to
don't
WB. Disney would fight hand and foot on that. Like
They don't have to be WB properties, but I'm thinking that those would be the easiest.
Yeah.
not just
I
that though,
think
but like WB would or Disney would fight so hard to not have a Star Wars character in here.
Yeah, I feel like that would be really
Disney
tough.
would hit them with like 26 lawsuits before they even like started typing code.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You guys think that Neo could work? Like,
Neo from the Matrix,
don't-
I
I
can see
don't-
that. I can see that. I wouldn't mind Neo at all. I really like Neo.
Voldemort.
no.
It's actually really crazy that you say that because a Harry Potter character started popping up in my mind when you said WB, and I was like, well.
Well,
Oh wait, why didn't we add Zatanna to DLC real quick? Wait a second, because we had talked about Zatanna. Why didn't we add
Let's talk
Zatanna?
about Zatanna. Should we add her?
I think we should add her. We should definitely add her. Either as DLC or
I
as
don't
like a
know.
mainline character. Because we said what 10 mainline characters, we only have 9.
I don't know, man. I personally really like Dr. Fate.
I feel like
I
feel like
feel like
I
I
like
don't know, I
Dr.
guess they're
Fate, but I
basically
like
the
both
same.
Constantine and Zatanna way more than I like Dr. Fate.
I don't
And
know.
Dr. Fate is dead.
Yeah, he is dead.
It just makes more sense, in my opinion, to add either. Constantine was supposed to be in Injustice 2, and for some reason, they just didn't add him. I don't know why, but
So
They just took him out.
so is Static.
Okay,
So
okay,
what's the
but
what's the big
we all
what's
like
the big
Constantine.
appeal? What's the big appeal about Constantine? What is he? Because I don't really know much about Constantine.
You don't know much about. Okay, no,
Other
Deshaun,
than-
please let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do
We
this.
don't have time for you to do this. I'm gonna explain it real quick. He's essentially, other than Dr. Fate, he is the premier magical character. He
Okay.
is the closest to the occult that they usually get. Dr. Fate, I feel like, is more of the mainstream magic character, whereas
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know.
he's
I mean,
behind the scenes, and he delves deeper into satanic type stuff, like dark magic versus Dr. Fate's more like order and light.
He made Earth 2 Dr. Fate kill himself by like it's hard to explain, but like I don't have time to explain it. But like just know Constantine is really cool, and you should really look into Constantine
Okay,
because
let's
he's
agree.
ooh,
amazing.
here's a cool villain that
Let's agree on the Mortal Kombat characters because they're gonna be added. So I'm gonna go Liu Kang.
I was gonna agree, Liu Kang.
I thought it was
and-
only one.
No, it's two.
We're adding two.
yeah, right.
All right. Well, it's either
Liu
gonna
Kang
be
and Johnny.
yeah. Well, we already said Katana,
I
so
think we should have a woman.
Okay, because okay, that's fair. That's fair.
yeah. So Katana
This is
and
the
Liu
thing,
Kang.
I still think it
makes
should
sense.
be Jade personally,
go-
but
Do you think we should go Katana over Melina though?
yeah.
Yes, because Katana's 100% more popular. And let's be honest here,
I
there's
don't
gonna be
think so.
popularity.
I don't think she's more popular, but I definitely like Katana a lot better.
You guys
I-
don't think that she's more popular than Melina?
No,
Really?
No,
I don't.
absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I do think
Who
Melina
was in the original Mortal Kombat game?
That doesn't matter.
Melina's one of the most popular Mortal Kombat characters. Like she's like almost under
Sure, but
Sub-Zero
you're
and
talking
Scorpion.
about but you're talking about Katana here, and she's like also one of the most popular characters.
Yes.
But not as much as Melina though. Not
Yeah.
as much as Melina.
Let's not get into this
Like,
argument because we agreed on Katana. We have 10 minutes to finish this DLC. So do we want to add Nia?
You spelled the other Katana wrong. Katana's with an I. I just don't want to get him confused.
Oh, you said Neo. I don't know enough about that movie, so
I'm fine with
gonna
Neo being
leave
in this
that up to
game.
you.
I love the Matrix, and I would love to see Neo in this game.
Okay, we need another one. Harry Potter.
Just add in Harry,
there's too
honestly.
many wizards. There's too many wizards in this game.
There's
What's
too
happening?
many wizards in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Harry. You know.
I would really rather see Ben 10 or Generator Rex personally.
You know what?
Either one. I don't care which one.
I feel like we should get like a Cartoon Network character in there somewhere. That
If
someone
that's the case, then do Finn and Jake.
No, because then they would have to try and translate them to a realistic art style, and I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah. Oh
Hmm.
god, that'd be horrible. Imagine Finn as a ew. Okay, never mind.
Imagining Finn as a real person is easier, but like
Then imagining-
a real dog stretching like Jake does and talking would be weird.
Then do oh y'all are gonna hate me for this. Never mind. No, do Lumpy Space Princess. Yeah.
I'll kill you.
do what's the lemon grab?
But actually, Marceline could be cool.
Marceline could be cool. I could see Marceline, but
Marceline-
Really
Actually
though,
cool.
you guys would rather have Marceline in there than Ben 10 and Generator Rex?
I just personally don't want Ben 10 in there. And then if we add Generator Rex, we might as well just
I think Ben 10
have kept Cyborg. I don't
too
want
close to
Cyborg.
Beast Boy, and I think Generator Rex is too close to Cyborg.
Well, Generator Rex is still cooler, Cyborg. And what was the problem with Ben 10?
Yeah, he kind of is.
Too close to Beast Boy.
Yeah, too close to Beast Boy. I'm thinking Marceline could actually be cool.
In what way
Marceline
though?
could be
Like,
cool, but
what
I'm
way
thinking,
is he? What way is he even relatable to Beast Boy? Beast Boy turns into actual Earth animals.
He could turn
Ben
into
Beast Boy can
doesn't.
turn to aliens.
Oh
He can
well,
turn to aliens.
rip my argument.
Since it'd be cool to see him like Beast Boy versus Gorilla Grodd, and he just turns into Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you know what I'm
we took Gorilla Rod out though, right?
No, he's still
Peppermint Butler.
Peppermint. Butler. That's another magical character. Too many wizards.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're actually having this conversation.
Actually, you know,
Flapjack.
Yeah, I never
there
thought
we
in a
go.
million years that we'd have this conversation.
think,
Look,
I
look,
think we
Captain
should straight up.
Knuckles.
I think we should straight
Captain
up add
Knuckles.
Dracula.
We can have Captain Knuckles and Flapjack as a team duo.
Wait. Dracula, like which Dracula? Like
Well,
just
maybe Van
Bram
Helsing.
Stoker Dracula or like one of the WB Draculas?
Maybe
Are we talking about Castlevania?
maybe
Dracula?
no, that
Are
would
we
be,
talking about like Hotel Transylvania Dracula? Like what Dracula are we
I'm
talking?
thinking something similar to Castlevania Dracula. We could either do straight up Castlevania Dracula, or I'm thinking, damn it, I forgot. Oh, I was thinking, damn
It's
it.
a Castlevania Dracula. I
Had
wouldn't agree. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Van Helsing would fit more in Mortal Kombat though.
Now wait a minute. Geralt of Rivia.
All right. Well, just remember we don't have much time on this, so we all.
That's why
make
I'm
a
just
decision.
starting to like
I say yes on Castlevania Dracula.
Here's the thing though, we do need 4 more DC characters.
If we need 4 more
Zatanna,
DC
I don't-
characters,
Oh yeah, Zatanna, can Stargirl.
Oh, I didn't even think about Stargirl. Stargirl would be cool.
Let's get a villain in here. What's there was a villain that I forgot.
you know who I would love to see again? That's not going to happen.
The
But I
Dark
would love to see
Archer.
it.
Oh,
No, I don't even know who that is. I would love to see General Zod in the game again.
Oh, you want to
I
bring
thought
up
I thought his moveset. Yeah, I thought his moveset was really cool. It was like so
was in
different from
Injustice 1, right?
Superman. Yeah, he was. He was the DLC for
Okay.
Injustice 1. Hey, guess what? Guess what you could also do? Hawkman. There's 4 empty slots.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna add Hawkwoman if you say Hawkman.
I'd be fine with either character. Just put one of them in there.
We need one more so we can finish this up.
Hawk person, undecided.
There you go, Hawk
So-
person. It's gonna be a gender neutral Hawk person.
It's
Yeah.
just a robot with the hawk
also
armor.
Vandal Savage.
No,
I don't necessarily know about that because I feel like if you added Vandal Savage, just add Ra's al Ghul at that point.
Starro, please.
Star, Jesus Christ.
No, add Starro.
Jaro, yeah, add Jaro on there.
Who the hell is that?
He's Robin.
Starro in a jar. Robin, Bruce's favorite son.
Yeah, this is Bruce Wayne's biological son.
His second biological son, Damian Wayne's younger brother.
There's Wonder Girl.
But did ask though,
Same thing
I
as
kinda
Wonder
want
Woman.
Starro. Have you? I know neither of you might not have played them, but you know, in Marvel vs. Capcom, they have Shuma Gorath.
I played Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm offended that you would even say that. Wow,
Like,
ouch.
they have Shuma Gorath, right? What if we have Starro and he's kind of like Shuma Gorath?
I wouldn't mind that actually. I really wouldn't mind that. That would be cool. Shuma
no idea
Gorath's
who
actually
these
one of my main.
characters are.
Shuma Gorath is a Doctor Strange villain. He's literally like a Lovecraftian monster. Like he's literally just an eldritch horror.
Yeah. So
Oh, did you see that he might be the villain of Doctor Strange too?
Shuma Gorath?
Yeah.
Oh, that could be cool. For a second, I thought you were talking about Starro, and I was like, what?
Doctor Strange in the
Every single
multiverse of
time you
madness.
say that, every single time you guys say that, I feel like you guys are saying the intergalactic starfish, Stardio,
not
the
just-
one that was on.
Well, I just
on,
realized
just
we didn't add
Suicide
a
Squad.
second, we didn't add a second character for DLC. So instead of Starro, we're gonna keep Stark Girl, and we have Hawk Person, and now we need a final best character. Robot
Best
from
character.
Invincible.
Just do Gandalf.
Robot from Invincible.
Actually, I was thinking adding Invincible or Omni Man.
I'm thinking
I was
they're
about to say.
similar to Superman, so Robot would be better. But Robot's a robot.
Why not just do
Robot is
Invincible though?
side-
Because he would play differently
the
enough
love of
than any
God.
other character.
Yeah, for the love of God, if we're
Let's
just gonna
just-
put Robot in, please just put Cyborg back on.
Just gonna put Benson.
Cyborg plays different, or what's his face would play. Robot would play way differently than Cyborg.
Would he though?
Yeah.
Because you guys said that it went for Generator X.
Guys, it's over. It's Ben 10.
Wait, are we only doing 3 DLC characters for each pack?
Yes, we're gonna wrap this up because there's 4
Okay.
DLC packs. We're gonna wrap this up. We have 2 minutes left. This is our roster. Aquaman, Batman, Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Flash, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Harley Quinn, Supergirl, Superman, Wonder Woman, Bane, Black Adam, Black Manta, Yellow Guard, Cheetah, Darkseid, Joker, Poison Ivy, Red Hood, Martian Manhunter, Nightwing, Deathstroke, Doomsday, Killer Frost, Lex Luthor, Black Lightning, Constantine, Red Tornado, Plastic Man, Beast Boy, Larfleeze, Amazo, Lady Shiva, Big Barda, Katana, Mia, Stargirl, Metamorpho, Hawk Person, Ben 10, Musugo, Zatanna, Liu Kang, Mr. Terrific, Saad, Katana. I'm Deshaun. He's Amir. He's Craig. Our ats will be various places on the screen. I'm trying to wrap this up because we're recording this Zoom. Zoom's about to be over. It's done. Okay. I'm gonna have to find a way to record through Discord so that we don't have to deal with this. All right. This is the first episode of Choose Your Character. We made the Injustice 3 roster. We're a bit lazy with the DLC characters because we had to rush. Peace.